Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another Nascent Toy Collector presented by Infinite Collectibles, your one-stop shop for all things geek in Paducah, Kentucky. We got comic books, we've got action figures, we've got statues, we've got all kinds of collectibles, we got video games. We got from the NES all the way through the PS5. So yeah, come down and check us out. If you're ever in town, hit us up. So this show is about my growing toy collection. And as you can see, I finally have like some kind of decent little display behind me. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Got my Hulk shelf there. I'm really proud of this. This is turning out really awesome. And I'm thinking what I'm going to end up doing is I have my best actions over here with the turtles and I have the villains. What I'm thinking I'm going to end up doing is putting all of my turtles on one shelf. All of my turtles and their allies on one shelf, and then all the villains and the subsequent villains on another shelf. And I think that would be maybe more of a balanced way to try to display them, because I have so many different versions of the turtles. I didn't mean to collect so many different versions of the turtles, but I have. So this video was going to actually just be about Super 7 Leonardo, but I'm looking at him and I'm observing it, and I have the other two because I've already opened. Donatello was one of my very first toy reviews way back like almost 2 years ago, which is kind of insane to think about. So I already have Donnie out, and I've already talked about him, and they all basically share the same body, same articulation, so it's not going to be too crazy of an in-depth review. I just want to look at all of them together. I was just going to do Leo, and decided, you know what, fuck it, let's just get them all out. So that's what we're doing. I think if you're a fan like I am, and you see this before you go, wow, because this is maybe what I would have like wanted as a child when I got the first 88 toys, Donatello being my very first. This is what I thought they were. You know, these guys are very posable. We're going to go over that, but this is so similar to the 88 figures. The colorations are very similar. Of course, they even have their retro heads on right now because you can change them out. As you can see, I have their brand new Super 7 styled heads out here. But man, wow! I mean, when I see them all together, I go, "This is why I want a shelf of just turtles." I think it'd be so cool to just take the different groupings of 4 and just put them together on a shelf. And of course, you know, Casey and Splinter and April and, you know, whoever, you know, obviously. But man, these just look so tremendous. Now, I'm going to go with the bad first, okay? I'm going to go with the baddest of the bad first. I had a very unfortunate mishap with Leonardo. Getting him out of the package, I was looking at him, and guys, you can just see, I mean, the belt is awesome. This lower shell is soft. You know, everything's made so well. All the little details are painted. The shells remind me of the 90 movie. He's not as blue as I'd like him to be, which, you know, hey, that's not a big deal. The thing that was really unfortunate, oh, and I just love the way, so the bottom legs, because they don't have like a joint in the shell, their bottom legs, like their legs are on a sort of like a, I would say that's probably a ball joint under there that lets them kind of move around underneath the shell, which is really cool. And man, their hips are some of the most extreme ball joints I've ever seen. Pretty cool. Like you can really just flip those legs all the way around 360 degrees. So I mean, it's a really nice amount of action figure. However, let me get to the part that's kind of a kind of a bummer. As you see, Leo is only holding one sword. Well, that is because while trying to put it together, while just trying to put these in his hand, I snapped it off. And it totally sucks. These are really nicely made. You can see where I snapped it off there. I was trying to force it into his gripping hands, they're very tight. And the swords have this kind of bigger part to the handle there that's, you know, the bottom of the handle, like, you know, the base of it. The pommel, I think you call it, is larger than the handle. So trying to get this piece through his hand, and it just snapped it right off there. They are really nicely done. You can see the nice paint job there, or maybe they're just cast in that maybe they're just cast in that metal kind of shiny plastic. But man, what a shame to have Leo down a sword from the outset. It really sucks. It bummed me out, but you know, yeah, I guess I can just say these things happen. These Super 7 figures, like I said, they're highly articulated. They also come with the classic weapons. So I could, if I wanted to, you know, take apart this weapons rack and put give Leo his classic looking swords there in that classic plastic. Now it is interesting. My Raphael is a version 2, I must say. I don't know if my Leo's a different version, but they all came with their classic weapons racks. There's Michelangelo's, here's Raphael's, and here's Donatello's. And the thing is, the only two that really match color-wise are Leo's and Donnie's, and they're similar. The rest of them are different. I don't know if that's on purpose. I don't know if that's... I don't remember that being the case back in the day. In fact, I have some the 2021 remake of the 87 Turtles here we're going to take a look at in just a moment, and I don't feel like... I feel like all their weapons are the same color. So I don't know if that's classically something that's different. Not sure. It is really awesome. I do love these variant head sculpts they came with. Mikey's, Raph's. I mean, damn, look at that. I mean, these are awesome. For display, I might even display them in these heads. We're going to take a look at that here in just a moment. Man, that looks cool as shit. And I've honestly had Donnie displayed in this head for quite a while because I really like the way they did these variant head sculpts. I think they're really cool. They all come with a piece of pizza except for Michelangelo, who came with a pizza box that only has one piece in it. So, you know, pretty cool. I like it. Here's a picture of what they look like when they're all partying with their pizza. They did each come with a turtle communicator. They came with open and closed. These are Leonardo's. And what's weird about Leo's is they all seem to have their sweatband color around the edges of it, but Leo's does not. I don't know if that's because it's a new version of Leo, possibly. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys could let me know that. Awesome, they come with the turtle communicators. They also do come with those classic weapons, and I can't think of their names, like Kariyama or something. These things that always came on their weapon racks. Really neat that they're painted up. And they came with just an absolute plethora of hands. You got grips, you got opens, fists. I mean, they have at least they have 8 hands apiece. Raphael, this is version 2, like I said, came with more. He had a version of hands so you could put his size in like this, which I just think is just totally badass. I fucking love that. That is so damn cool that he can hold them like a fork, you know, type of deal. I've seen him do this so much and stuff. So I think it's awesome that we get a figure that can do that. So badass. Now they do, let's see here. Let me just show you. Well, actually, you know what? Not with him. I'm going to show you with Mikey. Because what's awesome is having them all out here. We can just kind of take a look at them variously and get an understanding of how they work. Now, there's Mikey. He did come with 2 sets of nunchucks. One of them with this actual chain, which I really dig. And as you can see how you can store them on his belt, just like the classic figure. I mean, just like it, with the 2 little spots here for the nunchucks. I love these chains. That thing looks awesome. I do love that they all have their colors, like their colors from their original action figures. I think that is something else that's awesome. They do all basically share the same body though, as you would expect. They are, let's see, to scale, these guys are, wow, look at that. Raph is coming in at about 5 3/4. And I would say, yeah, they're all going to be about 5 3/4, which is awesome. A little bigger than their original counterparts, which is another thing. Like I'm saying, I was just going to look at Leo, but then I was like, no, man, look at all of them together. Because this is the set of figures you would want as a child. They have awesome amounts of articulation. Let me pop that out real quick. Heads on a ball joint. Like I said, I've already reviewed the Donnie, but we'll go over it really quickly. Up and down here on Mikey. Shoulders go 360 degrees, of course. They hinge up about 90. They do have a bicep swivel. They do not have anything swiveling at the elbow, but they do have pinless joints that come to about 90 degrees, as you can see there. Really nice. I do think it's cool. They hide the joint. I do think it could have had the extra, the 3-part elbow, 2-part elbow, however you want to call it, where you can get more of a bend to it, but then it would have been wonky and weird with the sweatband, kind of like the best actions are. So I like this. Like I said, the soft shell gets out of the way when you're moving them. The belts are just perfect, just the way you remember them. The hips are very nice. I know that these things have a tendency to get weak. The hips do. That's just one of the flaws of a Super 7 action figure, seems to be. It does have a swivel at the knee, And the thigh, I showed you how much we have all kinds of movement there in the thighs. And it does also have the ankle side to side, front and back. Really nice. You could get these guys into all kind of cool poses, I'm certain. I love them though. These things look fantastic. I think they do. And I'm going to take just a second to swap out their heads, and we're going to give that a look. And there they are with those awesome head sculpts. Let's get a close-up look. Man, they look so great together, don't they? Look how versatile and posable they are. And yeah, these heads, man, they just, I like it. I like it a lot. It's so cool. So cool to get these like very modern, very stylized versions of our original turtles. And we're about to do some comparison because, I mean, that's what we're all here for, right? These head sculpts, though, I just think they deserve a close-up look. Damn, they're just so, oh, shit. They're just so badass. I mean, look at that. That is awesome. Just so cool. Maybe they do have a little bit of weak thighs. You know, the Super 7, they're known for that. I do hate that I broke Leo's sword, though, man. That's kind of the worst. And Donnie there. Oh, man. Yeah, just, I don't know. Let's take a look at them with the other turtles, though, real quick. So there they are with their 2021 counterparts. These are the 2021 remakes of the 88 figures. There's those weapons. You can see the weapon colors. They're all the same. I remember that as a child. I do love how the Super 7 Ultimates, they have the skin tones almost exact. I know, I actually feel like this Raph on the 2021 remake's a little bit light, because I feel like that's the actual color the Raph figure was, and then Mikey's really close. So basically what I was saying about the way these, you know, these Super 7s are, and why I wish that this is what I thought we had here, until I see these. These are very nice and high-end. You know, I always hated the way their feet were stuck, like in these weird, you know, positions, and you couldn't really do much with them. And these give you so much versatility, and that's something I think was really lacking from that original. I mean, but of course, you know, that's back in the day, right? Back in the day, this is just how stuff was done. I do think they look great. These turtles, original scale here, are what? Of course, they're, you know, they're in the squat kind of He-Man pose, and they're right at about 4 inches. So these guys are considerably bigger, and you can see that right there. I think they look really great, and this is part of what's making me want to do a turtle shelf. I mean, I think you guys can see what I'm getting at here. Look at that. Looks awesome. Let's see them with another set. And so there they are with a very dusty set of 2003 turtles, my original turtles here. Man, I really need to clean these guys up. I've never really cleaned them up since I got them out of storage. They've got all kinds of dust and stuff on them, but this is a really nice group of figures. Still, though, had that weird posability issue where their feet were just, I don't know why they were so convinced they needed to do these weird feet. I guess it was always like a callback to the original figures, but they just make them so hard to stand. Right now, they're doing pretty good, but yeah, these are still, I can see having, man, look, if you just took them all and just had them all on a shelf together, you can see what I'm getting at here, right? I mean, look at this. This just starts getting cooler and cooler, right? I think it does. This Raph's getting stabbed in the back. Did you guys ever watch the movie Turtles Forever? It was so awesome in that you got to see the comic book versions team up with the 03 and then the 80s, like the 88 versions all together, and how just different and goofy they were. And it's a really fun movie. If you ever get a chance to watch it, you should. I think it was free on YouTube last time I checked. But there they are. Gosh, got 12 turtles. If I bring in my Best Action Leo here, let's see. Well, you know what? Let's give that a better look. And so there's Best Action with Super 7, and you can see the scale difference there. Now, this is $20 figures versus $50 figures, and you can see the difference. I mean, it's very kind of in your face, but, you know, $50 a piece is pretty expensive. I'm not gonna lie. It's almost, you got 200 bucks in these turtles back here, and they do look awesome. I think they're gonna look great on my shelf. Do I think they'd hold up to play? I don't know. I've already broke Leo's sword just trying to get it in his hand, so I don't know if the Super 7s are worthy of that. But man, I love having all these different turtle variations, and that's why I think I'm gonna have a turtle shelf. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking around to the end here. I'm almost to like 300 subscribers. I'm like at 278. I cannot believe it. I'm trying to cook up some kind of giveaway at 300. So please keep on subscribing. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching our videos. It means so much to us, me and Alex both. And yeah, thank you. Just thank you. You guys are making this totally awesome. This is a really fun voyage to be taken here in my 40s. To be going back to kind of my childhood and looking at toys. It's really, really, really fun. So thank you guys for sticking around. Oh, there went Raph. Please have a great week, and as always, keep it geek. Peace out.